Adapting your story for AI filmmaking. And mind you, this session's a little bit of a misnomer because the movie machine actually adapts your story for you, but you might want to adapt your expectations once you move inside the movie machine. Essentially, sometimes you might be wanting to get a specific shot or get a specific outcome that is going to be difficult for the movie machine to achieve. And I'm going to give you right now where things stand with the technology, what can be easy to accomplish, and most importantly, the things that might be challenging to accomplish, and how you can eventually adapt these shots so that you're not confronting these challenges. I ultimately want to make using the movie machine for you easy, fun, and awesome. And that easy part is what we're going to focus on right now because, again, certain things are just easier to do than others. So first is why adaptation matters. Traditional storytelling isn't always one-to-one with AI production, right? Some cinematic techniques or crowd scenes strain AI consistency. Specific shot angles or things that actually could be issues like right now, or having multiple characters talking in the same shot. So ultimately, learning these limits helps you design smarter shots, save coins, saving money is always a good thing, and get better results. Now, first one is to limit the number of characters per shot. AI performs best with 1 or 2 characters in a single frame. You can definitely get 3 or 4, but once you start to get to, let's say, 8 characters in an action sequence, if you want 8 of the characters to all be consistent from shot to shot, that could be very, very difficult. Mind you, we are working every day on improving these things. There's less limits to the movie machine. But right now, as of November 23rd, when I'm recording, that's a limit. And then ultimately, how you get around this is if a shot has many people talking, try and split it into smaller shots, right? So maybe there's a 5-person conversation, and this becomes 3 separate 2-character shots. Next is optimizing your shot lengths. So right now, AI models have anywhere from 4 to 10-second shot lengths, and they're actually specified as 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 10 seconds. You can't have a 3.3-second shot, at least not right now. So what this means is that very short shots, let's say 1 to 2 seconds, probably will fail or look choppy. Most of the time they're going to fail. And likewise, if you want a shot that's 4.5 seconds, that's going to be very difficult to do. Instead, you're going to probably want to do a 5-second shot. So what this means here when we're thinking about shot lengths is that one is we can combine tiny shots into one longer take. Let's say we have a few 1-second shots, maybe with different camera movements, we can actually make what feels like, what should normally be 2 or 3 shots actually look into 1 shot. Likewise, we can also trim our clips. Not every generated second must appear in the final film. So maybe we're generating 4 seconds, but we're only going to use 1.5 or 2 seconds of that. Another thing is just let the system do its job. The movie machine auto adapts much of this for you. Our story processing optimizes your shot length. We actually give you a shot length for each of your shots, character count, scene continuity, and more. Ultimately, you should be focusing on the creative vision. Don't override the system with the unrealistic setups. Essentially, now that we know these limits, you can adjust anything inside of the movie machine, and I'll show you how to. But you probably don't want to adjust things to have 10 characters in one shot. That probably isn't in your best interest right now. Another thing with AI filmmaking, and this is probably the most important thing, is we're going to be talking about pressing that big scary button, which is generating a scene. It's scary, it's exciting, and ultimately it's beautiful when you finally get to see your story come to life. And we're getting there. But something that's really important to remember with both start frames and most importantly your video is that AI generation is probabilistic, not deterministic. What this means is that the same input can yield slightly different results. Imagine if you gave a human artist instructions to create a painting of, let's say, a golden doodle. I have a golden doodle at home. She's adorable, and I love her. So let's say you have a dog at home or any animal, and you instruct someone to create an image of them, a painting of them. They're probably going to come up with 2 slightly similar things, but it could be pretty different, right? Depending on the artist you're working with. Now, if you gave them a picture of your golden doodle and said, hey, can you do something like this? It's probably much more likely going to come out much more similar to it because you've given it more context. So the more context that you can give AI, and we do our best to give it as much context as possible, the closer it's going to be to your desired output. But at the end of the day, it's probabilistic in nature. And just because you give it the same instructions twice, it doesn't mean it's going to give you the same exact output. This is actually a good thing, right? In in-person filmmaking, there's fixed physics, right? There's only so much we can do with this setting and this object, right? But in AI, there's creative probability because the limits of physics aren't really there, which is why this can be way cheaper, way faster. And ultimately, instead of fighting against that, we can embrace this variation and lead to unexpected beauty, unexpected shots, and unexpected outcomes. Mind you, you're not going to everything AI does, and that's the point. But The other point too is not to go into it with a closed mind and also think, how is this doing? And do I like this or not? So some of the key takeaways here are keep shots small and focused, 1 to 2 characters. Use 4 to 10-second shots for best results. Don't force ultra complex crowd or micro cut scenes. Ultimately, you're going to want to do this in editing by combining different shots together. Essentially, okay, if I want 3 1-second shots, then I want to generate 3 4-second shots and then just trim them down and post. And then trust the movie machine's automatic optimizations, right? That's really it. I'll be back and we're going to dive into the shot list now. Things are heating up, but in a good way.